If United sell Kobbie Mainoo, this club is finished. Meanwhile, Chelsea want Fermin Lopez, and Kazakhstan's FC Kairat alongside 3 other debutant clubs reach the Champions League. This is DMAC Daily. Kobbie Mainoo's hypothetical departure away from Manchester United would be an indictment of the club's current state in 2025. Granted, this isn't the first time the Englishman has been linked with an exit, but in 2024, those links were tied to the ownership itself when they were scrambling for PSR solutions. Today, however, it's because of one man, Ruben Amorim. Now, arguably United's biggest influencer, Mark Goldbridge, is claiming this whole narrative emerging is, quote, 100% a plot to destabilize the club, and that we shouldn't fall for it. But David Ornstein himself is corroborating the news. With all due respect, Mark, I'm taking his words over yours. Amorim has stated that Mainoo needs to fight for the position with Bruno in training, but there lies the concern for United fans, because they know Amorim won't drop their captain. In fact, he won't even sub him out. He's a shoo-in for 90 minutes every game. It's especially perplexing, seeing as though Bruno is literally being played out of position. He is ill-equipped to deliver as a 6 in a double pivot system, but Amorim is too stubborn to drop him or adapt to his squad's needs. All the while, Mainoo is becoming an increasingly frustrated figure. This is the same guy that started in a Euros final a little over a year ago, the same guy that starred in an FA Cup final triumph in front of 84,000 people. You're telling me he's no longer good enough for this misfiring United side that is so evidently devoid of quality in central midfield? Like, it's not as if he's being benched in an unbelievably stacked team. This is the most unconvincing United midfield I can remember in my lifetime. Last season, in United's biggest game, the Europa League final, Mainoo saw the pitch for a minute, and in the opening 2 games of the 25-26 season, he hasn't been given a sniff. Sure, he'll probably feature against Grimsby in the Carabao Cup, but with a World Cup looming, I can understand why someone like Mainoo would seriously consider moving elsewhere. Amorim has shown no visible signs of entrusting the young player, and meanwhile United's hierarchy appear to be backing Amorim no matter what. It's a bizarre situation. Speaking of bizarre, Chelsea's sudden links with Fermin Lopez have caught everyone by surprise. As we all know, Fabrizio Romano is twerking on the daily for Garnacho to Chelsea, but the other priority position the Blues are looking to strengthen is in attacking midfield, with another La Masia prodigy heavily linked in Xavi Simons. His arrival has been supposedly looming for weeks now. It seems the structure of a proposed transfer is somewhat complicated. Tyreek George and Christopher Nkunku have been considered a deal sweetener, but in the meantime, Chelsea have inquired about Barcelona's midfielder. I gotta be honest though, I have serious doubts about this specific transfer unfolding. For starters, the primary source here, David Ornstein, claims Chelsea are in talks with the players' camp, yet insists there is currently no club-to-club contact. Additionally, just 2 weeks ago, Fermin publicly spoke of his desire to remain at Barcelona, saying, "The fans can rest assured. Relax, I'm staying. I love Barcelona and I'm living the dream." Then, just a few days ago, Hansi Flick reiterated Fermin's importance to the team. So it would be one heck of a plot twist if he's suddenly on his way to London. Perhaps there is some frustration for Fermin that he doesn't feature more prominently at Barca. He only started 17 of a possible 46 games last season. It still racked up 18 goal contributions. He's a supremely underrated player that deserves more minutes, but I don't see him just walking into this Chelsea team either. Cole Palmer is their prize number 10. As long as he's fit, he'll almost certainly play a full game. There's also Esteval, Joao Pedro, and even Enzo Fernandez or Andre Santos can be utilized as a makeshift 10 too. I think Xavi Simons is the more likely deal to go ahead. He appears adamant on leaving Leipzig this window no matter what, even if a starting role at Chelsea isn't guaranteed. But with Chelsea, you never know. They might just sign both players. Now for some quick-fire transfer updates, and Villarreal's Jeremy Pino is heading to Crystal Palace in a €30 million deal. Meanwhile, West Ham have strengthened their midfield, signing Monaco's Sungutu Magasa for 20 mil. Ladislav Krejci departs Girona for Wolves for 30 mil. Free agent Victor Lindelof is closing in on a move to Fiorentina, whilst newly promoted Pisa have agreed a deal for Flamengo wonderkid Loran on a loan-to-buy deal. FM players, if you know, you know. Nemanja Matic returns to Italy, signing for Sassuolo. Artur Melo rejoins boyhood club Gremio on a season-long loan from Juventus. Leeds have signed another 6-foot-plus player in James Justin from Leicester, and Dani Ceballos appears to be on his way to Marseille in a loan with an obligation to buy for around 10 to 15 mil. And finally, we got to talk about the Champions League. Belgian club Union Saint-Gilloise recently ended their 90-year title drought and in the process qualified for Europe's premium club competition, a historic club-first feat after 128 28 years. But they are just one of 4 debutants to have since reached the 25-26 Champions League, with 3 new additions coming in overnight, starting with Kazakhstan club FC Kairat. The unfancied side battled their way through 3 separate rounds of qualifying before taking out Scottish giant Celtic via a penalty shootout, with their goalkeeper Temirlan Anerbekov saving 3 penalties. This team is the easternmost club to ever reach the group league phase of the tournament. These guys are over 4,500 kilometers away from Central Europe. The away days are going to be absolute scenes. Also, keep an eye on 17-year-old forward Dastan Satpayev. He'll feature for his boyhood club in the UCL before transferring to Chelsea in 2026. Another epic away day will be at Norwegian side Bodo Glimt. The Arctic Circle minnows recently reached the Europa League semis and have since qualified for the UCL following a dominant 6-2 aggregate victory over Sturm Graz, becoming the first Norwegian side to qualify since Rosenborg in 2008. Their home stadium will be a thing of beauty under the lights in winter. If Bodo happen to draw Kairat, that's a 14.5-hour flight. This is Champions League heritage. And last but certainly not least, Cyprus's FC Paphos have also reached the UCL final stages for the first time in their short-lived history. This club's only been in existence for 11 years, but fresh off of winning their first league title in 2025, they have since dispatched Maccabi Tel Aviv, Dinamo Kiev before a dramatic triumph over Serbia's Red Star Belgrade. An 89th minute screamer was the difference to send the Paphos crowd wild. The first Cypriot club to reach the UCL final since 2011-12, where Apoel famously qualified and reached the quarter-final stages. Maybe another historic UCL run could be on the cards, with 38-year-old David Luiz at the center of it all. Football never fails to deliver unique storylines. Anyways, guys, that's all for today's DMAC Daily. If you enjoyed this show, feel free to like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll catch you tomorrow.